DSP tries it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to yet another edition of DSP Tries It. And today we will be checking out a brand new item. Just this past week I found out they added this item to the menu of Wendy's. This is something unique, something I've never, I never really thought about it, and now that they're doing it, it sounds like it's something that would actually go together well. And it's all over TV. Last night I was watching Monday Night Raw. My God, it was 100 commercials for this on Monday Night Raw. So I'm sure it's going to be a hot item. People are going to want to know what it's like. This is the new Wendy's pretzel burger. All right. What it is, it's basically a single hamburger, or I take that back, a single cheeseburger with bacon. Unlike regular lettuce, it's actually special. See what I mean? It's like the actual. What is it called? Is it romaine? I forget the name of it. But it's a special kind of lettuce, tomato, and I already said bacon, right? And a special smoky honey mustard sauce. Because mustard obviously goes with pretzels. So right off the bat, when you pick it up, it looks way different than a standard burger. Okay? Let me try to get it here. Way different than a standard burger. Because the bread is so different. It's actually a thicker bread. Also some onion on there as well. So I got the single. I mean, a double of this thing would be humongous. There's no way I was going to get a double. Now, as you can see, what happens when you touch the bread, it does leave fingerprints. But I do want to say the bread did not have fingerprints when I actually got this at Wendy's. So they did a good job of putting it together without destroying the bun. All right? So again, a burger with cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion, and bacon, and a smoky mustard sauce. I'm going to take a bite, and we're going to see what it's like. Visually, it looks pretty good. Mmm. Now that is one tasty burger. Alright, so it's absolutely delicious. You can definitely taste the pretzel portion because of the pretzel bread. It even has a pretzel-y aftertaste to it. The bread is thicker than a normal hamburger bun, but that's actually good. When I usually get burgers at Wendy's, I actually think their buns are a little bit too thin and they end up getting soggy. This is not soggy at all. I also like the fact that they put the smoky mustard sauce on it instead of just mayo. I don't think mayo would have went with the pretzel bread. The smoky mustard sauce, it is smoky, but it also is very sweet. So don't let that put you off and say, oh, I don't like spicy mustard. It's not spicy at all. It's actually quite sweet. But it's pretty good, okay? I'm going to take one more bite here. Very good. So it's actually interesting because the sweetness of the mustard actually off-puts some of the pretzel-y taste of the bread. I actually think if it didn't have a sweet component to it, the bread might be too much. Because it has the mustard, it actually is very good. So I do like it. One thing that I do have to say though is look, it's dripping grease, so obviously it's very greasy. But it's quite a tasty burger. It's an interesting take, and it's something completely different from other burgers because of the pretzel bread. I really like it. I also like the fact that they did different kinds of lettuce. It's the special kind of lettuce. I think it's called romaine. I'm not 100% on that. Rather than the standard iceberg lettuce that they use with every burger on the planet. So, very good. I definitely like this burger quite a lot. And I'm actually going to give the Wendy's pretzel burger a 4 out of 5. It's tasty. It's good. It is a little messy though. That's kind of the downside. But it is a tasty burger. And you can get this right now at Wendy's, so definitely check it out if you like burgers and you want something with a unique spin to it. This is going to be up your alley. Alright, I'm actually going to eat the damn thing now. But this has been another edition of DSP Tries It, the Wendy's Pretzel Burger. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later.
DSP tries it.
Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of DSP Tries It. Yes, once again, we are frequenting Pizza Hut, although it's funny, the only time I really eat Pizza Hut is for these videos. I almost never order pizza from these guys. In fact, I almost never order pizza to begin with. It's only pretty much been into DSP Tries It videos as of late. But they've got a new product. I saw the ad for it on TV. I said, I'm going to try this out. Pizza Hut fire-baked flatbread pizzas. Now, you might say flatbread. Well, we've tried flatbreads before. We actually had a flatbread from Domino's a few months back. And you wonder, what's the big deal? Well, the deal with this is for $11.99 USD, okay, US denomination, $12, you get 6 mini pizzas. And I apologize for the lighting. Unfortunately, one of the bulbs in my kitchen here blew out right before I made this video. So it's a little dark in here, but as you can see, you get 6 mini pizzas and 3 different varieties. Basically 2 pizzas of each variety. So when you think about this, alright, so I've got a family. I can get 1 variety for my kids, 1 variety for dad, 1 variety for mom, and you may have a little bit left over, and you can have a little bit left over the next day. Okay? So I got, first variety is mushroom and peppers. Second variety is bacon and pepperoni. And the third variety is Italian sausage and ham. Like I said, I apologize, the lighting in here is kind of crappy. Let me see if I can actually up the brightness a bit. It didn't really help at all. But what we're going to do, I'm going to take, a piece of each, a bite of each, and let you know what I think of it. Right off the bat, visually appealing, I'm going to be honest, not really. Take a look. There's burnt edges all over this flatbread. Look, all over it. And in fact, when I opened this, look at all that burn. When I opened the box, a piece of burnt crust jumped out at me, literally out of the box and landed on my floor. So, visually appealing, it is not. However, I'll tell you this. The smell is delicious. Very, very aromatic. I can smell the cheeses. I can smell the toppings. It smells really good. Of course, now we're going to have to see how is the crust. That's going to be the thing that's determine how good this is or not. So let's go ahead and get some pizza onto a plate. So let me see here how this works. Basically, each pizza is 2 big pieces, it looks like. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to show you something. Look. The pizzas are not cut. You see that? It's flat. It's 1 piece. So you have to cut it yourself. Now that's a hassle. Most, pizza get ordered for delivery, they've pre-cut the pizza. They didn't do that with this pizza. So I gotta get a knife now. Actually cut the pizza in half. Which, by the way, could be annoying considering the box is just flimsy cardboard and it might cut right through the box, alright? So I'm gonna try one of each style. Per se, I guess you could call it a style. Because I got 3 different kinds of toppings. Now, I'm not sure, the thing that was unclear on the website, I'm not sure if there's a limit to the amount of toppings you can get on each style. So, for example, I added 1 topping to each pizza and it worked fine. There was no problem. I added 2 toppings to each pizza and it worked fine. But I didn't go above that. I didn't want to go nuts and have 10 toppings on each style of pizza. I'm sure they must have a limit, not that they're going to let you put unlimited toppings on the thing, you know what I mean? Imagine that, I want 1 meat lovers, 1 pizza supreme, and 1 Philly cheesesteak. They'd probably be like, sir, there's going to be an extra surcharge for that. That's quite a lot of toppings that you want on your pizzas. Alright, leave that knife in there for now. So, we're going to take a bite of each one. I'm going to let you know what I think. Okay. First of all, it's kind of weird, and the reason I say that is because, as you saw, there was all that crust around it, right? The burntness, like they overcooked it. But when you actually look, they didn't really overcook it. It's only at the edges of the bread. I'm not sure why that is, alright? So let me take a bite, and I'll let you know what I think. Very thin. Well, I would compare this to a slightly more fresh refrigerator pizza. You know what I mean? you can go out and buy, I don't know if they call them French bread anymore, but the pizzas that are like this, the rectangle ones, and you just nuke them in the microwave, or you can cook them in your oven. But it's more fresh. It's got more spices to it. Obviously, the ingredients are fresh. So it's like getting a really high-class kind of frozen pizza. All right, let me taste this one. It is flavorful, but what I do want to say, there's not a lot of sauce on the pizza. So if you're a sauce lover, you're probably not going to want to get this style of pizza. Obviously, it's flat. There's not a lot of room for sauce on something like this. All right, now I'll try the sausage and ham, just so I have a bite of each one. Pretty good. The hero of this pizza are the toppings, because that's what you taste the most. The bread, all you can really taste is a little bit of salt, you know, and a little bit of bread, just like I said, like a frozen pizza. So the hero is the cheese and the toppings. So if you order the right toppings, you're probably really going to like this pizza. All right? For the price, 6 mini pizzas for $12, talking $2 each, well, you can probably go to the supermarket and get a double pack, if not a quad pack of like this size frozen pizza for like $3 to $4. So when you think about it, it is a little bit more pricey than getting it at a grocery store and making it yourself. However, number one, this is fresh. This isn't frozen. It's fresh ingredients that they're putting on the pizza. So obviously you get that burst of flavor you don't get with a frozen pizza. Number two, it you can get a wide variety, and that's what I like about it. You can order 3 different kinds. Now, of course, you can get them all the same if you wanted, but getting 3 different kinds, this is a great value pack, like I said, for a family. For someone like me, I'm probably going to be eating this for like 3 days. So for me, you know, on day 2 and 3, I'll be honest, this Pizza Hut pizza is not a good pizza to keep in the fridge and then try to nuke it later or warm it up later. It actually gets pretty bad. So I'm going to eat some now, maybe tomorrow, and I may end up, unfortunately, getting rid of some of this because that's the case with Pizza Hut. So what do I think? It tastes good, but there's not a lot of sauce, and it's pretty much just an upper scale, you know, frozen grocery store pizza. The fact that there was burn around the edges, that didn't really turn me on too well. And also the fact, like I said, that it really doesn't have to, besides the toppings and the cheese, you don't really taste much else because there's no sauce. I'm going to give the Pizza Hut Fire-Baked Flatbreads a 3 out of 5. I think it's a good product, especially for a family. People who all like different kinds of pizza, they usually argue about it. This way, you're not buying 2, 3 multiple pizzas so that people can get what they want. You know what I mean? Especially think about if you have kids and you like something, your wife likes something, or your girlfriend likes something, and your kids like something else. Or, again, a family. It could be your dad, your mom, and you, okay? Maybe you want to each get your own. And in this case, you can do it without interfering with other people. If you were doing something else, oh, well, one person gets a whole pizza, then we're going to get a large pizza and split it half and half. It could be a big difficulty. This makes it easier, okay? So I give these Fire-Baked Flatbreads a 3 out of 5. Again, I apologize for the darker lighting. The light bulb was busted. I'll try to get that fixed. That's it for this episode of DSP Tries It. Thanks for watching. See you later.
DSP Tries It.
What is going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. Now, this one is a little different because it's not a food item I'm trying out. It's actually a supplement, okay, for gamers, or at least it's aimed at gamers. It's called G Fuel. Now, I just want to let everyone know, I know that apparently this company sponsors certain gamers out there. No, I am not sponsored by G Fuel, okay? So in no way, shape, or form have they condoned this review. This is me doing it independently for my review series, DSP Tries It. What G Fuel is a powdered substance that you mix with, I believe they say it's supposed to be 16 ounces of water. Let me double check that. It actually says right on here. 12 ounces, sorry about that, 12 ounces of cold water. So you're talking approximately the amount of water that would be in, say, a bottle of water, okay, if you were to buy a bottled water at a store. And You mix it in with this water, and it becomes a drink, similar like Kool-Aid and all the other stuff, the powdered drinks that you can make. Now, the difference between G Fuel and other powdered drinks is that, number one, alright, their claim to fame is that what they're saying is that it's sugar-free, and therefore there's only 10 calories in each drink, and there's no crash. Now, I can tell you, I've had energy drinks. For example, I used to drink the Jolt Cola, and when I drank Jolt Cola, I would get a big energy boost because it's full of sugar, full of caffeine, but then after about 2-3 hours, once the sugar burns through you, you actually do get a sugar crash because you were high on sugar basically, and then it runs out. You don't get that with G Fuel because it is sugar-free, and I can, again, firsthand tell you, after drinking G Fuel, no, I do not get any crash. I feel energized when I drink it, and I actually don't get a crash afterwards, okay? Which is a good thing. Now, just to show you what's in it, they actually list the ingredients right here on here. I'm not sure if you can read it. All kinds of stuff. So you're talking, look, vitamin C, vitamin E, niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, sodium, of course, some salt, taurine, citrulline. There's an energy complex that they don't break, or actually, yeah, their energy complex is taurine, citrulline, malate, caffeine, 150 megagrams of caffeine, milligrams, acetyl. I don't know what any of this shit is, alright? But basically it's their special mix of energy boosting ingredients, okay? Now, how does it work? You just take the powder like this simply, you open it up, take something like this. This is a thermos. I believe this is a 12-ounce thermos. You pour the powder in there. I recommend, instead of using just cold water, I do recommend putting an ice cube in there, a single ice cube. You know, fill it up with water. Put a top on this like this, shake it up. This is what I've been doing every time I drink one of these during a game. I shake it up, mixes it all up, and then you just drink it, alright? Now, it comes in 4 flavors currently. You've got blue ice, fruit punch, lemon lime, and pink lemonade, alright? And they're all interesting, but I'll be honest with everyone. As you know with energy drinks, they all have some kind of a weird taste to them. You go get a Monster energy drink, you get that weird aftertaste, you know? G Fuel does not have that weird aftertaste, but it does have an aftertaste that's different. I would call it more of almost a chalky aftertaste, simply because it is a mix, okay? What happens is when you mix this with water, the water kind of becomes a little bit milky, so it's like a milky green, milky pink, milky red, or milky blue, depending on what one you're using. And you do get a little bit of a chalky aftertaste to it, and they all have the same kind of aftertaste to them. They also, all the flavors have something in common. They all have a tang to them, okay? So think drinking lemonade and you get that tang. That's pretty much what it is. Every single one, every flavor has that tang, and I get the feeling that's probably one of the ingredients in their energy mix or whatever. Tastes like that, and so what they're doing is trying to make ingredients that will mask that flavor or complement it. So, in my opinion, it's kind of funny the way that they actually list the flavors here, because in my opinion, this is listed from worst to best flavor. Pink lemonade being the best because, like I said, you get that tangy flavor and actually tastes like lemons, so the pink lemonade tastes like pink lemonade. Lemon lime, okay, so think if you've ever had the lemon lime Gatorade, it tastes like that only with more tang to it. So the lemon lime's second best. Fruit punch is kind of interesting. It's a little weird, I'll be honest, because it does taste like fruit punch. It tastes like a normal fruit punch that you would drink, but it has a tang to it. It's like a tangy fruit punch, and that's where it kind of is a little weird. Like, wow, I didn't expect to have a tang drinking fruit punch. And then blue ice, by far, in my opinion, is the worst flavor of all 4. What they tried to do, you know how you have the blue drink, blue Powerade, blue Gatorade? It tries to be like blue raspberry, okay? They missed the mark. It doesn't taste like blue raspberry. You can tell they're trying to make it taste like blue raspberry, but it doesn't taste that. It doesn't taste anywhere near as good as blue raspberry, and I'd have to say out of all 4 flavors, because they kind of missed the mark, it does have the worst aftertaste out of all 4 of them. The pink lemonade, you almost don't notice it at all because you think you're drinking lemonade. You would have that aftertaste anyway. Lemon lime, okay, they could still get away with it because it's kind of a lemon limey citrus drink. You don't really notice it that much. With the fruit punch, you do notice the aftertaste more than the other flavors. And then with blue ice, it's just like, it doesn't taste good and you get the aftertaste that you don't like, okay? So it's kind of annoying that this flavor, unfortunately, is the worst. Now, you can buy it many different ways. You can just buy the packets at a store if you find this at a store, okay? You can buy it like I did here. This is a variety box where you get 5 of each packet. So this is, don't be fooled, there's some extra blue ones here because I actually had another variety box that I've been drinking over the month and I combined them here, okay? But you get 5 of each, so it's 20 total, okay? 20 packets per variety box. You can either buy the variety box or you can buy a whole box of just one flavor. So you can buy 20 of one kind or you can buy the variety box. Now, the pricing, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was I want to say $25 to $30 for a variety box. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I remember it was around $1 to like $1.50 a packet, I remember. And that's not bad if you're really thinking about it. You go buy an energy drink at a store, traditionally you're going to probably pay $2-3 unless they're on sale. Here, of course, yes, you do have to mix it yourself, but you're getting it for, under $2 per drink. And I do have to say this, the energy is long lasting. So perfect example right now. It's 7:17 p.m. I started drinking my G Fuel probably around 2:33 p.m. and I've been drinking it over the course of the afternoon as I played a game. I finished it probably around 7ish, 6:30, 7ish, and I still feel energetic. I still am feeling the energy boost from it. It's probably going to last me until a little bit later on, until probably after dinner, and then of course when I get food in my stomach, then it starts, negating the effects of the energy because you got other stuff that's digesting in there. So it really does give you a great energy boost. So in that regard, this is actually one of the best energy drinks I've ever had because I don't get that sugar crash that I've gotten with other energy drinks. Other energy drinks, I'll drink it, wow, okay, I'm gaming, I'm great, and then as soon as I'm starting to maybe, game for 2-3 hours, I get a crash and I start feeling tired. You don't get that with G Fuel, which is a major positive, okay? So, in my opinion, if you want to try something different, you don't want to be buying cans, and that's one of the assets, because as you can see here, remember when I had the Jolt Cola, I had big, giant stacks of the drinks sitting here. You don't need to do that with G Fuel, because you just make your own. You don't need to have the liquid, okay? And that's, in my opinion, that's actually an added plus. So, if you're looking to get an energy drink that's less expensive than a lot of the other ones out there, doesn't give you a crash, and has a couple pretty good flavors. I would say these 2 flavors are actually quite good. The 2 ones that have lemon in them are supposed to be lemon. This is your drink, and I do recommend it for any gamer who does do extended gaming sessions like myself. Give it a shot. You may not like it. Like I said, it does have an aftertaste, and you may not like the aftertaste, and that might be what kills it for you. But in my opinion, the aftertaste you get with G Fuel is a much better one than the aftertaste that you get with like Monster energy drink. I tell you, Monster energy drink I hate. Red Bull, Monster, they all have this weird nasty taste that you get afterwards. You don't get that kind of a taste with this. It's a completely different kind of aftertaste, alright? So, out of, for DSP Tries It, I always review out of 5. I would say Pink Lemonade is a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason I'd take away a 0.5, because it does have the aftertaste. If it didn't have this aftertaste, I would give it a 5. Lemon Lime, I'm going to give a 4, alright? Fruit Punch, I'm going to give a 3.5. And Blue Ice, I'm going to give a 1.5. Simply because I don't like the flavor. I think the energy boost is great. I don't get a crash when I drink it, but I don't like the flavor at all of the Blue Ice, so it loses a lot of points for that, okay? Alright, so that is DSP Tries It for G Fuel. Okay, hope that it was informative. Maybe it'll turn some people on and they'll try it out. And let me know what you think. Let me know if it helped you out or not. This is going to be my drink from now on until I try something else that I like better. This is better than me going buying energy drinks or Jolt Cola or anything like that. So, that's it. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
What's up, everybody? DSP here, and welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. Now, typically, for DSP Tries It, I always do an item that is kind of like from a well-known chain, but maybe like a timely or a new item. And way back, I don't think I ever did it in this series of DSP Tries It, but in the original series from like 2 or 3 years ago, I remember I did do Jake's Wayback Burgers one day. Okay? Now, Jake's Wayback Burgers is a chain. They're definitely not as well spread out or well known as like McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or anything like that. And but they opened up locally about 2 or 3 years ago here, and I subscribed to their emails, and they sent me an email today. It's August 1st, and they said we got a new burger of the month. Now, what they do at Jake's Wayback Burgers is, first of all, everything's fresh and made to order. Nothing is pre-made, okay? And they have a burger of the month every month. That's a special burger that they prepare. And this month I was surprised because it's not a burger at all. It's actually a chicken, bacon, ranch with cheddar sandwich on a pretzel bun. And I said, well, that's weird if they make a chicken sandwich a burger of the month. They should probably just call it the sandwich of the month. But anyway, I got the email. I said, all right, you know what? I just recently had a pretzel burger from Wendy's. Let's try this pretzel chicken sandwich from Jake's Wayback Burgers. So we're going to check it out here. The first thing, unfortunately, that is startlingly apparent, look at this. It is saturated with grease. Like, that is just, it does not look appetizing from the outside because of the amount of grease that's all over the outside of the packaging. Hopefully that doesn't translate to what's inside, but I guess we're going to find out. Alright, so, actually, grease over here from where I put it down, wipe that down. What I'm going to do is unfold a napkin and I'll open this onto it. Okay, this was extremely sloppily made. Wow, I am kind of surprised and appalled at how messy this sandwich is. Just take a look at this. Take a look at it. It's covered, like this whole side here, covered in, I don't know if that's the grease or the ranch sauce. You open it up, that lettuce was just nonchalantly tossed. There's entirely too much ranch on this sandwich, by the way. Take a look at that. Alright? That lettuce isn't even in position where it could sit on the fucking sandwich. Wow. This is kind of gross. I'm going to be honest. They fucked this sandwich up big time. What a mess. What a hideous mess this is. Alright? Let's try to move it. I can't even look. It's so wet. It's saturated to the paper. What on earth were they thinking? They could have easily made this a lot less messy. Ugh. I'm actually going to move this off of the paper onto the paper towel over here. Alright. I don't even know if this look at this. That's disgusting. I'm taking that off. I'm not even going to eat that, alright? 2 slices of tomato. There's your bacon crammed onto the side of the sandwich. The chicken breast is entirely pushed to one side of the sandwich, which it shouldn't be. It should be centered on the bun, which it's not. Wow. There, I have to push it into position to actually fit on the bun. I don't know what this... Wow, I've been to this place before. It's never been bad like that. That was one of the most sloppily made sandwiches I've ever seen in my life. That's just complete lack of effort to get it that fucking bad, alright? So, here's the top, alright? I'm going to need more napkins to even do this, so let's pick it up and eat it. So, it turns out it might not have been the grease, it might have been the ranch sauce that was just coming apart and dripping everywhere because they completely saturated the sandwich with ranch sauce. Holy crap. Alright, let's get this paper out of the way. Let's actually try to eat this thing. Now that I've actually gotten it together into a sandwich form, maybe I can actually take a bite and enjoy it. Who knows? Maybe it actually does taste good. It just looks gross. So it's supposed to come with lettuce and tomato, ranch sauce, obviously, a chicken breast, cheddar cheese, and bacon. So I'm sure you could actually get this sandwich at other Jake's Waybacks, actually assembled correctly. Apparently my local one can't handle that. Alright, so let's actually taste it. That was good, but I didn't get any tomato, so I'm going to take another bite. Well, surprisingly enough, the sandwich actually does taste quite good. I think the problem here was the entire lack of attention and care in assembling the sandwich. I mean, that right there is the soggiest, nastiest lettuce I've seen. That is unacceptable. What you're supposed to do when you assemble a sandwich is make sure that all the components are stacked properly and that you don't put too much of anything on. So if they put way less ranch, the lettuce would have probably been nice and crisp and would have been good. But instead, it looks like they literally just haphazardly slapped the sandwich together. So let me explain. The chicken breast is delicious. The chicken breast I can taste some char on it. The cheese, the bacon is delicious. The ranch sauce itself is actually good. There's just far too much of it, okay? And the pretzel roll also is quite delicious. In fact, I just recently had the pretzel roll from Wendy's. I think this pretzel roll is more delicious than the Wendy's one. It tastes fresher. It tastes more like a pretzel, okay? So I actually do like the flavors of the sandwich. I just think that the local Jake's Wayback basically owes me an apology for what a mess this was when they put it together, okay? So it's pretty good. It's expensive though, and this is the thing about Jake's. Jake's Wayback Burgers is very expensive. This sandwich, if you can believe it, was $6.99 for that fucking jumbled mess. $7 for a sandwich that they couldn't even bother to stack it properly. So for my local Jake's, I'm very disappointed. You may have a Jake's Wayback near you that's not as bad as mine, okay? For the sandwich itself, the flavors are all there. The tomato, the chicken, the cheddar, the bacon, the ranch all go together, and I actually really like the pretzel bread, okay? So the sandwich itself, overall, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5, except for the price. The price is actually going to drag down my score to a 3.5 out of 5, because $7 for just one sandwich is just way too much. Now, the fact that they destroyed the sandwich, it was completely covered and drenched in sauce, the chicken breast wasn't even on the bun, and the lettuce is destroyed, I'm going to lower my score to a 2. That's right, a 2 out of 5 for the presentation, because the presentation was god-awful, and if you're going to pay a lot of money for something, they should fucking make sure that it's put in together nicely. They did not at my local Jake's, okay? So overall, I give the sandwich a 3.5 out of 5, okay? But for my local Jake's, I only give it a 2 out of 5 because they fucking completely botched the sandwich, alright? Alright, that's it for another DSP Tries It. This was the pretzel chicken bacon ranch cheddar sandwich from Jake's. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of DSP Tries It, the first one that I've done in quite some time. It's going to be a quick one, because what we're doing today is a very small piece of food. It's called the Burger King French Fry Burger. They just added it to the menu. I get the feeling it's something just for near, like, the end of summer. It's only $1. So let me show you what it comes with. It's a basic hamburger, no cheese, with lettuce, ketchup, mayo, and French fries. That's it. There's nothing else to even show you. No lettuce, no tomato, no pickles, nothing. Just ketchup, mayo, French fries. So I'm going to take a bite, and I'm going to let you know how it is, and then I'm going to be honest about something with full disclosure, okay? Well, to be quite honest, I cannot even taste the French fries. All I taste is the mayo and the ketchup. I'm going to take another bite. Yes. So, the bottom line is, it's like getting a cheeseburger with lettuce, ketchup, and mayo. You can't even taste the French fries. Do you want to know why? And here's full disclosure. Because a few years back, Burger King changed their French fry recipe to be more healthy. They use healthier oil, and they barely put any salt on their fries. Therefore, even when you get their fries just as the side in your combo, you can't taste them then either. They really are some of the most flavorless, just bad fries that I've ever eaten. I actually liked their old fries a hell of a lot more, and I think they went out of their way and made them worse. So for $1, if you just want a quick cheeseburger or a quick regular hamburger, get the fry burger, and unfortunately, you'll just have a little bit more calories added to it because they put French fries on there that you cannot taste. So I give the fry burger, for what it is, a 3 out of 5. It's not bad. It's just an okay burger. You can't really taste the fry, but it's only $1, so you can't really complain. Alright, that was a nice quick one for DSP Tries It. See you next time.
DSP Tries It.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of DSP Tries It. Today we got a brand new product. Just this past week it launched at Burger King fast food restaurants in my area. I only knew about it because I was watching some TV with my girlfriend and the ad popped up. We were like, what the hell, are you for real? So, here's the deal, okay? New French fries at Burger King. They do have the old ones still, and as you know, if you watched some previous DSP Tries It, I absolutely hate Burger King French fries. They got these new ones. They're called Satisfries. Supposedly, they have, I believe they said 40% less fat. It's either 30 or 40% less, to the point where they're supposed to be much healthier than the regular French fries that Burger King sells. By no means are they saying that these are healthy, because no fried food is considered healthy, but they're supposed to be better for you. Now, to show you some perspective, look at the size of the fry compared with my finger. I'm going to get them side by side. They're about the same. So they're actually very thick cut. Compared to a normal fry you get at Burger King or McDonald's or even Wendy's, they're very thick. Okay, you see that? See how thick they are? So, they're very different. And they are also this crinkle cut, which is pretty much if you go to buy French fries at like your grocer's freezer, the ones that you would make in your own oven or your microwave, this is what you would get. Okay? Now as you can see what just happened, I was holding the end of the fry and it ripped open. Alright? It's not focusing. There we go. Come on, autofocus. Autofocus is not helping me. But the fry itself is a fluffy interior. Alright? It's actually a lighter fry. So I'm going to taste these and see how they are. Let's see here. See that? Okay. I'll be honest with everyone. It tastes very similar, as I said, to the crinkle cut fries you would buy from your grocer's freezer and make yourself. The difference here is that they're seasoned, meaning there's salt on them. If you just buy French fries at the grocer and you cook them, you have to add your own salt. Most of the time I don't, and they end up being kind of bland. These have salt, so they have a little bit of more flavor to them, but quite honestly, this is the same thing that you can make yourself for much cheaper. I mean, you could buy a whole bag of those for like $3, and it's enough for like 5 meals. Here, you know, you're talking about getting this in a combo. If you just buy it by itself, I think it's over $1. So really, you're paying more money for something you can make at home. And that's what kind of surprised me when I saw this ad running on TV. I was like, why would I want to go to a restaurant for something I can easily make at home for cheaper and it's going to taste the same? And quite honestly, they do. They taste the same as those French fries. So the whole idea behind these fries, I don't understand. Satisfries, like, they're not bad. And actually, if you want my honest opinion, I actually think these taste better than the regular Burger King fries. I think the regular Burger King fries are some of the worst fries that are out there right now, okay? So these are actually better than the regular fries, and I'm pleased that they have them, because if I'm not in the mood for, say, onion rings or something, I now have a fry alternative if I go to Burger King that I will choose. But for someone to be like, oh, I gotta get them, it's like, well, if you needed them so bad, you could have made them yourself for much cheaper all along, so why'd you even go out to eat? And that's why I'm very confused at the whole premise of this Satisfries at Burger King, alright? So, honestly, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's directly in the middle, alright? Because they're not great, but they're not bad. They're just there. They're exactly what you expect. They are supposedly a healthier alternative, although if you're eating French fries, I don't know why you're caring about health. And, they're alright. But they're better than the regular Burger King fries, which I'd probably give like a fucking 1. But they're not anything to write home about. It's not a reason for you to make a trip to Burger King because they have these new Satisfries, which is what they seem to be saying in the commercials. Oh, you're going to love them. No, they're nothing. They're just fluffy crinkle cut French fries, the same as what you can buy in your grocer's freezer. Okay? Alright, that's it for another DSP Tries It. Hope it was informative and entertaining for you, and I will see you guys next time.
DSP Tries It.
What is up, everybody? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to another episode of DSP Tries It. That's right. And recently, because we have hit the fall, it seems like all the local fast food restaurant chains are trying new things. Burger King, as you know, is trying new kinds of French fries. McDonald's, in an exclusive partnership with the NFL, has decided to do Mighty Wings. That's right. McDonald's is actually doing wings. Now, some people will call them buffalo wings. Others wouldn't because these do not have the buffalo sauce. This is just, basically, as you can see, a miniature drumstick and a miniature chicken leg. To show you what it looks like, I ordered the 3-piece, okay? And this is what it looks like. Very crispy, okay? Now, if I touch this, it's not greasy at all. It's actually just a crispy coating, alright? They give you ranch sauce to dip it in. So I'm going to test this and see how it is. Now, admittedly, I am very skeptical because fast food places trying to do wings, really, chicken wings, very skeptical. This isn't like KFC, you know what I mean? This is something they probably toss in the deep fryer just like they do all their other fried food. I can't imagine how this is going to taste, how it could possibly be good. If you actually see here, they call it spicy, bold, and delicious. So what I'm going to do is this. First, I'm going to take a bite without any sauce. And take a bite. Let you know what it tastes like. Then I'm going to try it with the sauce, and we'll reevaluate, okay? So here you are. Typical wing. Look at that. A nice burnt piece of shit on the bottom there. That's nice. Let's take a bite. Well, it does have some spice to it. It has a little bit of a kick. This is not a mild wing by any means, okay? It is very salty. The coating is very crispy. Sometimes you go to get wings, the coating is kind of soggy or greasy. This is very, very crispy, okay? Ooh, I can actually tell you, it's a lasting burn from the spices in it. I actually have to take a sip there because it is lingering in my mouth, alright? It's actually not bad. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's not bad. Now what I'm going to do is open the dipping sauce, dip it, and we're going to try it with the ranch sauce. So give me a second here to do that. Open the ranch sauce. Okay. So here we are. There's the open ranch sauce. I'm going to dip the wing in it, take a bite, and let you know how the ranch sauce complements the flavors of the wing. Well, immediately you could see a problem. It's hard to get the sauce on it because of the container that the sauce is in. It's hard to get it on the chicken. Alright, now let's take a bite. The ranch sauce is very creamy, and really it's very light. I don't really taste much ranch. I taste more cream than anything else. Let me take another bite. One thing I can say, the chicken is very juicy. The chicken is quite juicy and flavorful, which I did not expect. I thought this thing was going to be dried out to holy hell because they probably had it on a fryer all day, but it's actually quite good. I want to have another bite. Mmm. Okay. So here's my verdict. Here's what I think. First of all, very greasy. My hand, I can tell you right now, my hand is grease central. But that's to be expected when you're eating wings. They're always messy, okay? I can tell you right now, ooh, I gotta take another sip. The spice is lingered. It lingers in your throat. It's like a Powerade to cool it down. I actually like them. I think they are a little bit too spicy in my opinion, though. That's the thing. If you were going to call these hot wings, okay. You're not calling them hot wings. You're calling them mighty wings. So it kind of gives you the impression that it's just a chicken wing. You wouldn't think that it's really hot. Now, of course, it does say bold, spicy on the front of the box, but I didn't even know that till I bought them today, okay? I think they're a little bit too spicy. If they toned down the kick a little bit, it would be a little bit better. I think that the ranch does complement the spiciness of the wing. I definitely like that they're crispy and not soggy. I hate when you go and get wings and they're just completely doused in sauce or they're soggy as hell. And, surprisingly enough, the chicken was moist and juicy, which I didn't expect. I thought these were going to be fried hours ago. When I got it, it would be dried out. It's not. It's actually juicy and tasty. So for a fast food wing, this is pretty good. However, there's two appalling negatives. Number one, the price. This was $3 and I think it was 50 cents. So you're telling me over $1 per wing. That's pretty hefty when you think about it. Especially because, as you can see, I've taken, what, 2-3 bites? And I'm almost done. Another 2-3 bites, this is done. And there's not a lot of meat on each bite. Infamously, you know, wings don't have a lot of meat on them. That's why when people go out to eat wings, they eat a dozen wings or whatever. You know what I mean? So, really, $3.50 for this isn't even enough. Like this, if I ate, like, a quarter pounder with cheese, it would probably give me the same amount of food as these 3 wings. Okay? So, I don't know. It's a little, for me, I think it's a little bit pricey. In addition, I think it's a little bit too spicy. Okay? And let's be honest, when I think McDonald's, I don't think wings. So, if I'm going to get wings, I know right now I can tell you a dozen wing places I could go to in Connecticut that are amazing. This is good for fast food. So if you are craving you need something quickly, you're craving wings, and you can't get to a good wings place, this is a nice alternative. But this isn't anything that I would say, I gotta go to McDonald's to get their mighty wings right now. The reason they're doing it, they want to do a tie-in with the NFL. It's the fall. The NFL has started the season, and they want people to have, if you're going to McDonald's, you're grabbing 10 burgers, we'll also bring some wings home for the guys watching TV. Okay, watching football on TV. Well, American football on TV. All factors considered, I'm going to give the Mighty Wings a 3.5 out of 5. I think that their moist chicken is good. It actually is tasty. However, I think it's a little bit too spicy. I think it's a little bit too pricey. And it's not anything that would bowl you over that you got to go to McDonald's for. So it's better than average. It's actually better than I expected. I thought they were going to be pretty bad. They're actually better than I thought. But they're not anything to write home about and say, I got to go to McDonald's to get it. It's a nice alternative to getting a burger if you're going to McDonald's and if you're watching football. Wings are a traditional food to eat. When you watch American football, that would be a reason to pick them up. Alright, so 3.5 out of 5 for McDonald's Mighty Wings. That is it for another DSP Tries It. I thank you all for your viewership. I'll be back.
DSP Tries It.
What? Whoa, that wasn't focused. What is up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. Today we're going to be trying an item you may not even know existed, because I didn't know it existed, because from what I can see, there's no advertising campaign for it. Which is quite odd, because usually when one of these fast food restaurants comes out with something new, they advertise the hell out of it. So for example, right now with McDonald's, they're advertising their Mighty Wings for football. Burger King has new French fries, they're advertising the hell out of those. I've seen nothing for this, what we're about to see. In fact, the only reason that I figured out that this existed was because I hadn't heard anything from Wendy's in a while. I'd actually seen the commercials that they're running in my area are like for the flatbread sandwiches, which have been out for a long time. And I said, gee, what is going on with Wendy's? And I went to their website, and here it is, a new sandwich they're advertising. And I'm like, why is it only advertised on the website? I haven't seen anything in the news about it. Okay? So that being said, what we're going to look at today is a variation on the pretzel burger that we actually ate. Well, I'm going to actually take this piece off because it's hanging off. That we had several months ago. You remember Wendy's has this new pretzel bun, and a few months ago we had this pretzel bacon cheeseburger. This is the pretzel pub chicken sandwich. Okay? Now, supposedly what it is that it is a fried chicken breast, okay, with, I believe, lettuce and tomato, but as you can see, it's not standard lettuce. It's that mixed green style lettuce. It's got a melty Munster cheese sauce and a tomato, and it's got a cheese sauce, but also has the Munster cheese underneath. See the slice of Munster cheese under there? I've never had Munster cheese. I don't know what it tastes like. This could be quite interesting to see if I like the sandwich or not. So I'm going to go ahead and take a bite, and we're going to see. Alright, so let me first of all put this camera down and figure out how I can pick this up without making a mess. Alright, wow, look at this. The Munster cheese is so big, it's actually coming off the edge of the sandwich. They put so much on there. In fact, I'm going to taste a little bit of it and see what it tastes like. See if I like it. It's similar to like a Swiss, but it almost has like more of a kick to it. That's interesting. Alright, I'm going to take a bite, and we're going to see what I think. No bacon on this, by the way. It's important to know, no bacon. My oh my. Oh my goodness. This is spectacular. The flavor is excellent. You can taste the delicious crispness of the fried chicken. The Munster cheese complements it, and that sauce on top is a little bit zesty. It gives it a little bit, it's not spicy, but zesty. It has like a kick to it, spice in it. I'm going to take another bite. This is so good. Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to say this is one of the best things I've reviewed on DSP Tries It in a long time. This is great. I actually like this better than I liked the pretzel bacon cheeseburger. I really, I can taste it right now on the edge of my mouth. There's a little bit of the sauce. It had that. It's sweet, but it also has a tangy zip. The Munster cheese complements the chicken perfectly. You got the lettuce and tomato. It is excellent. And of course you got the pretzel bun, which just adds to it too, because you get the saltiness of the pretzel bun. I think this is my favorite sandwich at Wendy's right now. It is excellent, juicy chicken. The cheese is excellent. I am loving this sandwich. I am going to give the new Wendy's pretzel bun pub sandwich a 4.5 out of 5. Wow. The only reason I'm not giving it a 5, it's a little bit on the pricey side. I'm trying to remember. I don't have the receipt in front of me. I think it was just under like $5, so it is quite pricey. But for what it is delicious. I love it. I recommend that you go try it. It complements itself. All the flavors complement themselves perfectly. It's not very, it's a little messy. You got to be careful. It does dribble, but it is delicious. And I can't wait to dig into the rest of this. So that's it. I'm cutting this video short. I'm hungry. I want to eat this damn sandwich. It's so damn good. That's it for DSP Tries It. The new pub chicken sandwich, 4.5 out of 5. Go try it. Awesome. See you next time on DSP Tries It.
DSP Tries It.
Okay, what is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It. I'm Darkside Phil, as always. And what we're actually doing today, the item that we're testing, is not one that I had planned on doing. In fact, until I just happened to be at Burger King today to eat quickly. It's actually a day where I have to hurry up and eat really quickly because I need to get back in time for my second live gaming stream, which I do on Twitch TV daily, okay? And I didn't have a lot of time. I said, I gotta hurry. So what's the closest thing? The closest thing to my house to eat is Burger King, which is one of the reasons why you see a lot of these DSP Tries-Its are Burger King items, all right? I didn't know this existed, and I got to the drive-thru line, and there was a sign for it, and it says, Big King. And it shows a picture of this burger that looks kind of like another burger I'm extremely familiar with. I'll explain in a second. And it says, taste the difference that flame broiled makes. The burger they show is a double-decker burger with a piece of bread in between the two patties, cheese, onions, pickles, and some kind of special sauce, which I said, this seems a little bit similar to the McDonald's Big Mac. And if you want my honest opinion, I think what they're trying to do is make a burger. I mean, they have their Whopper. Their Whopper is the signature burger of Burger King. But they're trying to show you if we make the same kind of burger that McDonald's makes, only flame broiled, it's better. So I've had the Big Mac many times. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's okay. Let's put it that way. The Big Mac's okay. I wouldn't pay a ridiculous amount of money for it, but every once in a while they have every once in a while they have deals and stuff for it. It's a very bready sandwich. There's not a lot of meat on the Big Mac. It's more bread than anything else. All right. So just to show you, this is the Big King. I believe it goes for I believe it goes for $3.99. Although don't quote me on that because I actually got the combo. Let me see if it says on the receipt actually. Nah, it doesn't break it down on the receipt as how much the sandwich costs by itself, but I think it is $3.99, okay? Which is pretty equivalent to what McDonald's charges for it. So just to show you, as I said, look, bread, and two patties in between. So to see what you get with it, you got lettuce, special sauce, okay? Two pickles, onions on top, cheese, as you can see, and then underneath, I can't really separate the bottom, I guess, because the cheese melted onto the bread. Yeah, but see, another patty and your cheese. So it is pretty much the Burger King equivalent of the Big Mac, okay? The question is it as good as the Big Mac? Is it better or is it worse? Is their taste test challenge, you know, oh, flame broiled versus fried, is it better? Now hold on a second because the onions are slipping. What I'm going to try to do is formulate it a little bit better here for when I pick it up and eat it, so that stuff doesn't fly off of it. Okay, here we go. Some of the lettuce, I always never understood that. Some of the lettuce that these places use is does not even fit on the sandwich. Why would you try to put it on the sandwich? I don't know. All right, so there you go. Now it's special sauces all over my hand. Today we're going to try the Big King. All right. I put it into a neater stack now. Let's go ahead and take a bite of the Big King and see if it's any better than the Big Mac. Here we go. Well, I can tell you that's interesting, and here's why. First of all, I can tell you just with that one initial bite, I got far more meat in that one bite than I would get ever biting into a Big Mac. The burgers at Burger King are bigger than the burgers you get at McDonald's. Okay? Number two, it was less bready, obviously, because there's more meat. The special sauce does not seem to be as strong as the special sauce at McDonald's. McDonald's is a little bit more tangy. This is a little bit more sweet, I'd say. Also, there's less cheese. If you see here, there's only one piece of cheese at the bottom. With the Big Mac, you get a piece of cheese on the top burger and the bottom burger. So there are some distinct differences between the two burgers. It definitely tastes different because it's not fried. Fried meat versus broiled meat do taste different. And I can tell this tastes a lot. It's a meatier, but I don't know if the flavor of the beef is as on par as a fried burger. Keep in mind, a fried burger is worse for you. But the reason it's worse for you is because it retains fat as it's fried on a flat fryer, as opposed to this is a grill where the fat falls through the grill. So this has less fat. It's better for you, even though it's not good for you. It's better for you than a Big Mac, but at the same time, it doesn't retain the flavor of the fried meat. I'm going to take another bite, and then I'm going to think about this and give you my verdict. All right. Well, all right. I'm going to take a sip of drink, and then I'll give you my verdict here. Okay. I think the Big King is interesting. It's an attempt for Burger King to do something first of all, to take on their major competitor McDonald's, which undoubtedly is the biggest burger retailer, not retailer, but the biggest burger restaurant in the world. Okay, basically say it's a taste test. We use the same ingredients, but we cook it differently. You tell us if it's better. I don't know if it's better, because I think that fried burgers and broiled burgers are different. I think it's good. In fact, if you want my honest opinion, I think I like this burger better than the BK Stacker. The BK Stacker is that double burger they do with cheese, bacon, and some kind of other special sauce. I'm not sure what it is. I think this tastes better than the BK Stacker. I think it's interesting because you get the extra bread. Actually, it lends itself. I think if you get a BK double cheeseburger, it's a little bit too much meat. A little bit too much meat and not enough other flavors. In this case, the extra breading, I think, actually helps to dissipate the fact that there's so much meat in the sandwich. Makes it a little bit better. But right now, like, if you were craving a Big Mac, this would not satisfy it because it doesn't taste like a Big Mac. You know what I mean? I don't think it tastes any better or worse. It's just different. For what it is, for $4, I think it's overpriced, and here's why. Basically, it's the same patties as a double cheeseburger. You can get a double cheeseburger at Burger King for $1.50, and it's 2 patties of meat, cheese, ketchup, and pickles. Okay? Here, what did I get additional? I got an extra piece of bread, I got lettuce, and I got onions. Okay? And special sauce instead of the ketchup. So really, this is no bigger, when you think about it, than a double cheeseburger. Why is this $4 while a double cheeseburger is $1.50? And the answer is because they're trying to say, oh, since we're competing with McDonald's, we can make a price point that's equivalent to McDonald's. Well, no, you can't. You have to actually have a price point that is in line with your other products, and this is not. $3.99 for this is way too much for this burger. So I'm going to give the McDonald's Big King, all right, a 3 out of 5. It's pretty much right down the middle. Flavor-wise, I like it better than a BK Stacker, okay? I think it's a good alternative if you're not looking for the typical burger with ketchup or mustard or bacon or anything like that. And that's pretty much what the Big Mac is. It's a different alternative to a standard burger, okay? However, I don't think you can directly say it's better or worse than the Big Mac because they're different. They're made differently. It's different kinds of meat, different kinds of preparation. So obviously it tastes completely different. It won't satisfy your hunger if you want a Big Mac because it doesn't taste like a Big Mac. It has less cheese than the Big Mac. But the big thing for me is the price point. $4 for a burger that's the same as a double cheeseburger with a few different condiments is way too much money. So I think that it's overpriced. If it were not overpriced, I probably would have given it like a 4. But I can't do that in good conscience. It's too expensive right now. Interesting take. Interesting that they're standing up to McDonald's and trying to do direct competition. But overall, I don't think I don't think the ultimate result is going to be good. Because I think people are going to say, why would I buy this when I can get 2 to 3 double cheeseburgers for the same price? Okay, so that's it for another edition of DSP Tries It. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next.
DSP tries it.
Okay, what is up everyone? DSP here, and welcome to another edition of DSP Tries It, where we try out various different products, usually food and other stuff, and this one's a little bit different because it's not fast food, it's not something at a local restaurant, it's an American classic. It's something that basically was a staple of baked goods in the United States for years. Like my parents, when they were kids, they had this product, and then all of a sudden it was put in jeopardy because the company went out of business. They basically declared bankruptcy. Something happened somewhere along the lines with this company named Hostess, where they either didn't plan out enough money. I don't know, how does a company that's synonymous with American culture, right, go out of business? I mean, was there that much of a decline in sales? I don't know. However, the brand was very much worthy. People knew. Everyone knows what a Twinkie is. Everyone knows what the Hostess brand is. And so as soon as they went out of business, many other companies decided to jump on, and someone did buy them and basically start production again. So what you see here is the Twinkie, which a year ago you could not get, has returned. And what I want to find out, is the Twinkie the same? I remember having Twinkies as a child. I remember the look and the feel of the Twinkie. And I want to see if they are the same, or are they different? Have they changed now that a new company has taken the reins? Okay? So the first thing, like I say, the size is about right. I remember as a child, it is a smaller snack. It's not as big as your hand, see? And it is a sponge-like cake, which there are 3 holes in the bottom, which they pump icing into. All right? Very simple. So the first thing I want to do is open this up and see if it has the same smell as the original Twinkie. Because I remember from a kid having these before, exactly what a Twinkie smells like. So I open it up. The initial whiff of the Twinkie. It does smell exactly like it used to. Wow. Let's go ahead and open the Twinkie. And taking a look at it, yes, it does look identical to how it used to. It used to have this, it's almost like sticky on top, very moist. All right, in the bottom it's more dry. See that? It is a little moister, but it's still dry. It seems to have the same consistency as the original Twinkies that I used to eat as a child. Let's go ahead and tear them in half to see if it has the same kind of center, and take a look. It does. It's very identical to how it used to be when I was young. I'm wondering if they're using the exact same recipe, in fact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chow down here on a little bit of the Twinkie. I'm going to let you know what I think, and if it's just like how I remember it. Let's see. Tasting the frosting. I'll take a bite. Now, I rarely eat baked goods. Very rarely. And my girlfriend will even tell you, sweets, desserts, not really my thing. When I was younger, I loved them. When I was a kid, I used to love this kind of stuff. But ever since, especially the past couple of years when I've done a really hard work to lose some weight, I've stayed away from this stuff. But I'm an exception today in order to tell you whether or not this is like the original Twinkie. I'm going to tell you right now, the consistency is dead on. The flavor is close or dead on. Twinkies always have almost a very, very faint citrusy kind of a flavor to them. I don't really know how to describe it. It's always like a very faint aftertaste of citrus. And I don't know if that's intentional or not, if it's a component in the Twinkie or not. Even when you smell it, you can almost get a hint of like citrus in it. But extremely fluffy, moist cake. The creamy filling, as you can see, they are very copious with it. They're not skimping, and it is delicious. The filling is light, fluffy. As you can see, it doesn't melt because it is so light and whipped and fluffy. It's not sagging or dripping onto the table or paper towel here. It holds its consistency because it is so whipped. And I think this is absolutely delicious. I'm going to have another bite. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to say that today I can say to you, on this episode of DSP Tries It, the American Twinkie is back. It is a great comeback story, an American classic, confectionery, baked good that was synonymous with, children excellence, my childhood. It was so popular. And it's funny because a lot of people today, I talk to them and they say they never had a Twinkie ever. And I was like, are you kidding me? When I was a kid, it was like the big thing. Kids were like, that was the thing that they liked to have as their, a lot of people like candy, chocolate, but a lot of kids were just like Twinkies, man. It was Twinkies or other Hostess baked goods. And for me, people to say I've never had a Twinkie just like blows me away. So the Twinkie's back. The Twinkie's delicious. It is exactly like I remember it. I don't think they've changed a thing. I love it. I'm enjoying my Twinkie thoroughly. And, from time to time, if you have things in moderation, it's okay to have this kind of a deal. So, enjoy. If you were worried that the Twinkie was gone, I'm here to say it is back. Go back out to the store. You can buy them again. I bought them at my local grocery store. I'm assuming you could probably get them at your local grocery store too. And that's it. That's really it. Short and sweet. DSP tries it. The American Twinkie is back, and it gets a 5 out of 5. It's exactly the same as I remember it. Fluffy, moist, delicious, sweet, savory. It's great. Go out, get your Twinkies. They're back, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. 5 out of 5 on this episode of DSP Tries It. See you next time.